Welcome, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in to this special live titled That's My AD. If it's your first time here or if you've been here before, I'm going to go ahead and ask you to hit that like button on your way in. Also, go ahead and hit the subscribe button because football season is almost here. And I'm going to be dropping a lot more content. If you're in the chat, go ahead and let me know where you're located. I see Miss Mary is in here. Miss Coleman. What's up, Dukes? Jay White. Miss Donna. And we got the JSU Tigers. Thank you all for tuning in. Once again, we are getting ready to get started. I'm going to wait just a couple more minutes to let everybody get into the chat. I am going to go ahead and share in a couple of groups because if it's one thing we can do, we can share something that may or may not be true, but it takes a little bit longer for the truth to get out. So a lie will travel halfway across the world before the truth can get their shoes on. And some people call AD Ashley Robinson SWAC Diddy. And I find that interesting that they call him SWAC Diddy, but they forgot about the infamous We Ain't Going Nowhere song by none other than Diddy. So once again, just now tuning in, hit that like button. And we're going to have a fun show today. I'm going to go ahead. Of course, SheLovesThee comes with her slides. And then after I finish sharing my slides and the information that I compiled, I'm going to open up the StreamYard so people can come on and share their thoughts. I did try to get the live call-in going, and I might try to start that tonight. Hey, sis. What's going on, Bishop and Mr. Carey checking in? We got Miss Lattimore or Mrs. Lattimore checking in from Jackson, Mississippi. The doors of the church are now open. Thank you all. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and play one more Jackson State song, and then we are going to get started. I don't know about y'all, but I think that calls for a celebration, right? So what I wanted to do, I'm going to go ahead and get started, is we're just going to go over everything. We're going to go over a timeline. Where did this information come from? How was it disseminated? Why did we have HBCU podcasters, sports media, even national publications saying that A.D. Ashley Robinson was on his way to Texas for a tax-free house? And I think it's important that we go over this because a lot of HBCU podcasters are looking for some of these sources to be reputable, verified, and the facts. And based off of that, we're going to do a show. We're going to talk about it. It's going to be the topic of conversation. And some of these news sources are places where people go for information. And Ron T, as I stated before, I absolutely reported as A.D. Ashley Robinson allegedly is headed to Prairie View. I absolutely did. I was sitting in Sheraton at the Birmingham, Alabama, the day before SWAC Media Day, and I saw a tweet by Mike Prince, who is a Prairie View alum and has close ties with the athletics department. And he stated that a source said he's close to signing the deal. And that's why we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it because when a person says, I have a source, and it's a big publication such as HBCU Gameday, and then it's not just one article, it's multiple articles. And it's not even just them. This is the Houston Defender. This isn't just HBCU a Gameday. This is the Houston Defender that came out with it. And I'm absolutely going to blame HBCU Gameday. And then I'm going to further blame Mike Prince for putting out the information. I absolutely am. And why would I blame them? Because HBCU Gameday is the premier publication for HBCU news. It wasn't just HBCU Gameday, but they were the one that started that ball rolling. And I'm going to go through it I'm making factual statements, and the statements that I cannot clarify or go in depth, I will also state, which is why I said throughout the whole live, allegedly. That's what you're supposed to do. If you don't really know for sure, you're supposed to say allegedly. These folks was out here like it was a fact. And we're going to also talk about the ability for that particular statement that was made by the source. Why was it able to get 80,000 views and the actual truth came out today and it has less than 10,000? We're going to talk about that. So let's start with the timeline. Let's start with the timeline. When did this take place? What things can we say for a fact happened? So Prairie View does not have an AD at this point in time. The previous president, who ended up abruptly resigning, she fired the AD. So at some point, and there was an interest, and an interview was completed. That's not something that's not a fact.
Jackson State is hot right now. So it is. We like it hot. There you go. First of all,
sorry about that. Hang on just a second.
Jackson State is hot right now. So it is. We like it hot. There you go.
I know y'all heard that. Jackson State is hot right now. business is booming. So these are the facts that I can say for a fact, and I can pinpoint and show you where the fact is. Okay. So an interview was completed. We know that. There was an offer that was made to AD Ashley Robinson, and it was estimated to be around $450,000 by Prairie View A&M. This is the first article that was put out by HBCU Gameday. It's still up there. You can still go see it. And this came out around July 18th. Mind you, when this came out, I didn't even pay it any attention. I was like, I don't even know what that is. I'm not going to report on that. I don't believe it. You know, I'm not even going to waste my time talking about this. Why would I talk about this? I think Doc may have briefly said something about it on one of our Saturday Night Lives, but we really didn't give it any type of, for the most part, anybody from Jackson State, we really didn't give it any attention because it was like, ain't nobody trying to hear that. And it is actually still on the website. It just basically said that he made waves at Jackson State. This was posted on July 18th. And it says, sources tell HBCU Gameday that Prairie View A&M is interested in bringing Robinson back to Texas. And these sources indicate that Robinson is at least aware of the interest. You know, this is what was previously put out. And this information that they put out, for the most part, everybody was like, cap, we're not listening to this. This is not, ain't nobody trying to hear that. We know he's not going nowhere. And it just talked a little bit about all the things that Ashley Robinson has done, that he did at Prairie View and what he did at Jackson State. And it said that they were interested. Okay, that's fine. So HBCU Gameday then released a second article stating that Prairie View A&M and the AD are near reaching a deal. So now, at this point, maybe even around the 19th, now this is just from my perspective, you put the information out there and let it leak. So now you got Tiger alum and you have multiple people in the background, in the privacy of those having meetings. Well, what's going on? Is there some truth to this? Let's contact them. Let's figure out what's going on. What's going on? And this second article, it kind of put some fire behind. And once again, I actually still did not, I didn't even say nothing. I didn't comment on it. I just, you know, I read from like the internet, but I didn't really go into deep detail with it. I was just like, I don't know if that's true or not. You know, just I'll believe it when I see it. So once again, I didn't comment on it. A couple podcasters came out and said, you know, it looks like y'all are getting ready to lose AD Ashley Robinson to Prairie View. And that's, once that leak, that's when, of course, social media gets on. You know how SWAC schools do. We pick at each other, you know, in jest. So in this particular highlight, The next one, it says that Mike Prince reported that move was soon to be announced, and sources confirmed this news to Gameday. So once again, you got somebody behind closed doors. Yeah, he getting ready to move. He getting ready to make that move, y'all. He gonna go ahead and make an announcement. Go ahead and make an announcement. Because let's just keep it a buck. As professional as folks are, y'all are being petty, leaking this type of information to the news so they can do articles. That's petty. The ink is not. He didn't even have a pen. Y'all, did you even print the contract before you leaked to a news? And then you know that HBCU Gameday, which previously I had nicknamed Colorado Gameday, you know that they love publishing stuff about Jackson State that, you know, will cause clicks and views. So what, you know, you're going to get clicks and clicks and views and likes and engagement if you say, oh yeah, he's gone. He's a goner. And they basically, they said Mike Prince reported it. So who is this Mike Prince, folks? Who is he? Who is this Mike Prince? And this is the person who, when he reported it, that is when I said, oh my gosh, let me go ahead and do a live. Because previously I hadn't done any types of lives on it. So this happened the day before SWAC Media Day. His name is Mike Prince. He's a Prairie View alum. He has a daily talk show, OBN radio. And he's been talking about it for a couple of weeks, right? He's been talking about it's getting ready to happen. They're getting ready to sign it. And this is a coordinated effort to put this information out. Coordinated effort for HBCU Gameday to put out a article, and then Mike Prince to break the news. Like, dang. I really wanted, you know, it's one thing when you put something out there and it gets almost 80,000 views. Multiple sources have indicated that Prairie View A&M University will soon announce Ashley Robinson to return in the role of athletic director. Stay tuned for more information. That type of statement is bold. It doesn't leave room for error. It doesn't leave room for he could, he may, he's getting ready to. It's really like for certain. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, wow. This is real. This is really happening here. So I absolutely went live and I absolutely talked about it. Everybody in the HBCU community was talking about it. You had Prairie View alums. Yes, that's our AD, Jackson State. Well, you know, if he does, some of us fans was like, we don't have no ill will feelings. We want Ashley AD Robinson. We want AD Ashley Robinson to do what's best for him. And I think it's telling when you look at the quotes. And I'm not trying to put nobody on blast, but we are getting ready to go through the quotes. We getting ready to go through the quotes. This is a specific person who's from North Carolina A&T. If it's one thing you're going to do, you definitely going to get some commentary from Dave, which we love the commentary, Dave. Big get for Prairie View A&M. They have money. Interested to see how this will go. So, you know, and I'm not going to pick on people, but I will say that it was a lot of, I'm late. Let me just take my seat and get comfy. Well, penalty talk, it look like you finna be just sitting there. You're gonna be sitting there looking like sad sack. I wonder, is penalty talk still sitting? So my point is that it was a lot of folks that are, that's how it works though. That's how it works with HBCUs. Something happens, we get petty, and then it goes back and forth. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I wouldn't expect any less. But what I did want to point out, I wanted to point out that although that happened, what I don't see is those same folks that were retweeting, quoting, and spreading it. They're not necessarily doing it now. So Mr. Prince just made an announcement that some different sources, he went and got some different sources. And these particular sources tell him a different story. It was one, and now it's nothing. It was one way, and now it's something else. So now he got some different sources. He went and found something else. Okay. So let's go back to this timeline. So AD Ashley Robinson was on vacation. His phone was turned off. He was not in tune to what was happening. So the internet is on shambles. He done went viral. And he's nowhere to be found. He misses SWAC Media Day, which he was in attendance last year for SWAC Media Day. Apparently during this summer, this is a time where he goes on vacation. And it's also to note that sometimes that they usually send the SID with the coaches for SWAC Media Day. The AD does not always show up. So behind the scenes, Jackson State alumni, the IHL, because with any type of contract that you do, because we are in the IHL system, they have to be approving of whatever it is as well. The school, they work to a counter offer with terms that include a higher offer, incentives, and raises for some of the coaches. So the terms and the names, I don't have any of that information. As much misinformation that came out, we'll just let that roll until something official comes out. But my point is, can anybody put in the chat what this riddle means? Go ahead and comment in the chat. Because this is what happened. This is what happened at all levels. Whoever the mole was at Prairie View, whoever decided to send this information to a news source to put out, whoever put this information out, this is what you did. Not this is just what you guys did. So did you guys ruin a chance, or did you even ever have a chance? Who's to say? Was this a power move by AD Ashley Robinson? It could have been. It could have very well been. It looked like Prairie View did exactly what they was supposed to do, which was put out some information without having it signed in blue and black ink. And Jackson State was able to come to the table and say, are you serious about this offer? Well, what did they offer you, and what can we offer you? And it's telling when you have people who will celebrate, they're celebrating a downfall. or they're wanting your success to stop. They're wanting the dominance to end. And so that's why I came up with the quote, a lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is putting on its shoes. So right now, the correction tweet has less than 10,000 views. The lie that he was getting ready to sign it and return back, that was basically, it went viral. It went viral. And I want to go over some of AD Ashley Robinson's achievements and the upgrades and why anybody would want to come and get AD Ashley Robinson. But just because Jackson State doesn't show you their hand and brag about money, that doesn't mean that we don't have it. You should know the fact that we, as just regular old folks, was able to go to KC 1400. They requested $50,000 and they was able to raise it within 2 to 3 weeks. You should have known that there was definitely going to be a counter offer or something to make sure that we secure our AD. We don't have to brag. We don't brag about, oh yeah, we got money. We can get some money. Why y'all? So this was telling yesterday. This was telling right here. Look at her. That's my AD. In the words of Coach Prime, that's my AD. That's my AD. Right? Y'all wanted there to be so much, oh, he's leaving because this, that, and the third. I don't know. They don't look like it. It don't look like it to me. This was this was yesterday at the big reveal. The big reveal that I'm going to play this little video for y'all right here. That Miss Donna cut. And I just think it speaks to perfectly about what Jackson State is right now. Like, I'm going to play it. Yeah, like Jackson State is hot right now. And so it comes with the territory. But it does, I will say this, it is kind of disheartening that it seems like anytime any bad news or anything that would, maybe tarnish or it would be a setback, that people highlight that with Jackson State. Like, especially coming from those types of media outlets. It seems like that. And you know what? A lot of people said it's not like that. We don't wish any bad ill will. I can't tell.
Yeah. Jackson State is hot right now. So
it is.
We like it hot.
There you go.
Boom.
First off, this new.
Jackson State is hot right now. So
it is.
We like it hot.
There you go.
Boom.
First off, this new.
Jackson State is hot right now. So
it is.
We like it hot.
There you go.
Boom.
Even Super Talk knows Jackson State is hot. Jackson State knows it's hot. The corporate sponsors know that it's hot. Under Armour knows that it's hot. The SWAC knows that it's hot. We just hot. Business is booming. We're flourishing. Post-prime, we are flourishing. Let's listen to that a couple more times, and then I'm gonna turn it off. But I mean, I just gotta toot my horn, because if folks can have a live laughing about it and keying, then I think that it can also be celebrated that AD Ashley Robinson is still at Jackson State.
Man, Jackson State is hot right now. So
It is.
We like it hot.
There you go.
Boom.
First off, this new.
Man, Jackson State is hot right now. So
It is.
We like it hot.
There you go.
Boom.
First off, this new.
Man, Jackson State is hot right now. So
It is.
We like it hot.
Business is booming. Business is booming. So let's talk about the all-encompassing Ashley A.D. Robinson and his implementation and his ability to be so successful. And also, just a general service announcement. Thank you for reminding me. Monday, July 31st is the last day to get your season tickets. The last day. The last day to get your season tickets. Also to add that the amount for the tickets for some of those games, like homecoming or even the thank you, Diamond, for the super chat. The oh Lord. Sorry about that. I was trying to read the chat and talk. So those tickets will be higher priced than what they are if you get the season ticket. So if you get the season ticket, it's $110. That's with the tax included, and it includes the home games, the homecoming game, Bethune-Cookman. I want to say we played Texas Southern at home, and then we got Alcorn. So let's go back to talking about A.D. Ashley Robinson. So why is it so successful? So Jackson State by itself, before Prime, we had a brand. We were always top in FCS for attendance. We already know all those good things. So Prime was able to elevate us to a national and international level to basically promote all things that happen at Jackson State. Now, a lot of people thought that Prime was the one that brought that magic to Jackson State. And in reality, Prime was standing in front of Jackson State. So now that Prime has left and Jackson State is still here, it's so important because without him standing here in front of us and people saying that the band, the atmosphere, the fans, it's only like that because of him, they're going to be able to see Jackson State in all of its glory. So Ashley A.D. Robinson was able to use strategic marketing and brand recognition, splash quality hires, investment in all of the programs, and then we have a fan, student, and supporter base like no other. That in conjunction with our alumni, the Blue Bengal Association, JSU alumni, KC 1400 Media, 1400 Club, we're able to basically elevate and continue the brand. And then we got to talk about the success of Jackson State just as a whole. So there is an article on the Jackson State website that you can look at because many people don't realize the importance of having a forward-thinking AD, especially in HBCU spaces, but also someone who is not afraid to take risk. So why is it important to take risk? Well, everybody was laughing at Jackson State when they said, yeah, it's getting ready to be announced that we're hiring Prime. I'm sure that the ink was signed already. The ink was already signed before we made that announcement. So make sure that you go on to gojsutigers.com and look at the 2022 to 2023 recap for JSU athletics. We won cross country championship. Football won both the SWAC Eastern Division Championship and SWAC Championship. Men's indoor track and men's tennis each finished second. Men's outdoor track and men's basketball finished third. Now, men's basketball, I think we were almost picked last. The women's soccer won the regular season title and the SWAC tournament championship. Women's basketball won the regular season title for the 4th straight year. We also went to the SWAC tournament. Women's tennis finished second. Softball finished tied for third. We produced the NFL draft pick, of course, Isaiah Bolden. Ashley Robinson was named Athletic Director of the Year for the Black Student Summit or Black Student Athlete Summit. And he's the first HBCU athletic director to be named for that award. So not only is he putting on for Jackson State, but for HBCUs. And then, of course, it says, winning is a team sport. This is what Ashley Robinson said. It takes everyone in Tiger Nation coming together as one to support our outstanding student athletes and coaches. Special thanks to our university administration, campus, donors, sponsors, and partners from around the nation who contribute to elevating our student athletes to success in competition and in the classroom. Then we got to talk about academics, because these aren't just athletes, they're students. And it says that Jackson State Athletics posted a graduation success rate of 90%, the highest in the SWAC, and tied for highest of all schools in the state of Mississippi. So we're not just competing with the SWAC, we're up there with Ole Miss, Mississippi State, USM. It said, in the classroom, JSU student athletes combined for a 3.06 grade point average, with more than 150 students obtaining a 3.0 GPA, 41 producing a 4-point GPA or higher, and a total of 66 student athletes and student athletic staff earned degrees. A total of 6 programs in athletics posted cumulative team GPAs of 3.0 or higher during the 2022 to 2023 academic year. Volleyball was 3.57, men's tennis 3.54, soccer 3.53, softball 3.32, women's tennis 3.2, and women's basketball 3.08. And it's not just football that's doing well under AD Ashley Robinson. So he's putting in other programs in a position to be successful as well. It's not just the football team. The bowling, the Lady Tigers defeated 5 nationally ranked teams in the early season. JSU had wins over number 4 Sam Houston State, 2 wins over number 17 Tulane, a victory over number 20 Wisconsin Whitewater, and number 24 Lincoln Memorial. Women's basketball. The Lady Tigers defeated Big 12 Conference members Texas Tech and Sun Belt Conference member Louisiana Lafayette on consecutive days in the preseason WNIT. They didn't even want us in the WNIT for this upcoming year. They did not want for us to be in the preseason WNIT, and I wonder why. Men's basketball. The Tigers posted the first win of the Mo Williams era with the victory at American Conference member SMU. Softball. The Lady Tigers defeated in-state foe Southern Miss of the Sun Belt Conference. Baseball. JSU posted a midweek win over Butler of the Big East Conference. So not only are our students being competitive on the field, but also in the classroom. Let's talk a little bit about our championships. Men cross country under head coach Mark Thorne. 4 Tigers earned all SWAC honors, and Thorne was named SWAC Coach of the Year for the second straight year. Women's soccer, the Lady Tigers of head coach Dr. Ted Flagades won the SWAC regular season title and the SWAC tournament championship. A total of 7 players earned all SWAC honors, and Coach Flagades was named SWAC Coach of the Year. And then, of course, we know football. We had an undefeated season, SWAC East title, and SWAC championship. Coach Prime was named Coach of the Year for the second straight season. 13 players earned SWAC accolades. Coach Tomeika Reed, of course, 4 SWAC consecutive regular season championships. 4 student athletes earned all SWAC honors. Coach Reed was named SWAC Coach of the Year for the second straight year, and the third time in the last 4 years. So basically, I mean, I can see why. I feel like one of Coach Mo Williams' most notable wins was all corn on the reservation. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that was a highlight. It was a highlight. And then we can also point out the upgrades that has taken place. Of course, the track and field facilities just got renovated in May, which was a long time coming. And head coach Mark Thorne, he had a couple of athletes qualified for the NCAA championship qualifiers. One of them was a freshman for hurdles. So even with facilities that weren't up to par, Coach Mark Thorne was able to get a couple of the student athletes to the qualifiers. And now he has upgraded facilities. So you know what that means. We're definitely getting ready to upgrade even more, not only in cross country, but in track and field. So I'm saying all that to say, let me play it again for y'all so that we have an understanding.
Yeah. Jackson State is hot right now.
It is.
We like it hot.
There you go.
Boom.
First off, this new.
Jackson State is hot right now.
It is.
We like it hot.
There you go.
Boom.
First off, this new.
And that doesn't that there's so many other things that are so great about Jackson State. The Sonic Boom of the South, the JSETs, the R2 research that we have. I could see why somebody would want to take that and replicate it at their university, or wanting to bring back that dominance. I'm getting ready to open up the StreamYard so y'all can come in and we can have a conversation. Let's talk about it. It's all been laid out on the table. We done talked about all the things that are great. We're excited for our football season. We're excited for all of our head coaches. We're excited for all of our corporate sponsors that we are have acquired and will acquire for the future. And we, most of all, we're excited that Mr., as they infamously call him, SWAC Diddy, he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now. It's the I Love for Life. Y'all like that little? I have practiced on that, y'all. I practiced on that. So come on up. Let's have a conversation. Hey, Mr. Ford.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
All right. I saw that this morning. I was watching that, and one thing is obvious. There is a bond and a chemistry between Ashley and TC. They're going to do great things together. They're going to accomplish a whole lot. because you can feel the chemistry and the bond between them, even on the screen. They're gonna do some great things. Is Mr. Campbell on here?
He hasn't came up. Come on up.
Well, anyway, they hired a new girls basketball coach today. I was gonna tell him I hope she can win some games down there. Yeah. And let me say this here to these to the Prairie View family and to the administration. It was a good try, I was glad Ashley didn't go nowhere. But now, if you want an AD, go and get that boy Lynn Thompson. He ain't doing nothing. I don't think he's working. He over there.
He ain't working, Mr. Ford.
He ain't working. Go get Lynn Thompson. That's who you want. He'll take. Cause see what Prairie View's saying. If now you said they offered him $450,000, right?
Yep, roughly around that.
Listen,
the counter offer allegedly. I'm gonna put allegedly.
Okay. Well, let me say this here to Prairie View. The guy you want is down there in Daytona Beach. His name is Lynn Thompson. For 30 years before the coming of Ashley Robinson, he was the best AD in HBCU sports and one of the best in the country. So if you want an AD, go down there. He ain't doing nothing, probably but sitting on the beach. And go down there and get him. His name is Lynn Thompson. That's who you want. And you was asking about Prince. Prince is reputable. I've been keeping up with Prince for years.
He was reputable up until the point that they didn't actually sign it in blue and black.
Well, but let me say this. Yeah, like you said, it was alleged. But now I've been listening to Mike for years. Mike does a good job. I'm gonna say this too about that boy with HBCU Gameday, that Gaither. Steve and them do a good job. They do it. I'm serious. I follow them. Matter of fact, when I get up every morning, I check to see what they talking about. They do a good job. They do a good job. I'm gonna be honest with you.
So I didn't. Now, mind you, when I actually went live, I actually quoted Mike Prince and I quoted HBCU Gameday, right?
Yeah,
and
I heard.
I was doing it. I said, these are the reputable HBCU sources. This is a place where HBCUs come for the news, right?
Right.
So, but I also kept on saying allegedly, right? So my problem with releasing this type of information is that, okay, so I did not have a problem with HBCU Gameday saying that other schools have shown interest, Prairie View has shown interest. I didn't have a problem with that. That's fine.
Right.
What I had a problem with is the statement that Mike Prince made on his Twitter. It didn't leave room for opinion or error. It was very bold. It was not a statement where you could infer that it was just basically he's signing the deal. It's a done deal. That's what it did. And it went right before SWAC Media Day. So, everybody was kind of like on edge about that. Then on top of that, AD Ashley Robinson was on vacation, but it made it seem like, he's not here. Where he at? So that just kind of like toppled it.
Well, listen, that's a part of journalism. It's some people call it yellow journalism.
You know what I call it like Trump.
But see, listen, let me say this now. Mike and them, now this is what I feel. I believe they did make him the offer, but I think that Jackson State gave him a better offer. Now, I don't think that Jackson didn't give him something.
That's what I'm about to say, Mr. Ford. I think we kind of like it's
kind of offer. Yeah, you kind of offer. Yeah,
there was a counter offer. Allegedly, the terms allegedly, and I'm gonna say that really loud, allegedly, and I'm allegedly it was over 500,000. Allegedly, a percentage of contracts that he makes, like with sponsorships, allegedly, and also allegedly renegotiation contracts for some coaches to get them paid higher.
Yeah, I can believe that.
I don't know which coaches it is. Allegedly, a couple of coaches got higher wages that they deserve. Allegedly. There we go.
Well, listen, that's what the market. We are a market economy, baby. That's what
Yeah,
it's all about. And,
it's
getting paid. We a
it's
market
ba-
economy.
and it's basically about what have you done for me lately too?
Yeah.
Because
Oh yeah.
it's a it's like if you was at work, if like say you had a job and you tell somebody like I could do this for you, but what have you done for what have you done for me, or what have you done for this company lately? If you ain't bringing no money in, then I ain't gonna pay you no money. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna
Yeah.
stay where you at,
Right.
and
Right.
you're not gonna have no type of upward mobility. So that's the best thing about what I'm saying, the art of negotiation is
Oh
the
yeah.
fact that you can control the way that you move up in a company or just in life in period.
Right.
I tell a lot of people this when it comes down to interviewing for jobs and stuff. Negotiate. Don't
Oh
always
yeah.
take the first don't
Oh
always
yeah.
take the first offer that somebody give you. So like
Right.
if so like I put an example for who where I work at or who I work for. I work for Liz. I put it in an example. It's like my boss might tell you an offer for like 1350 for this position right here.
Right.
And if you don't like that offer, you can always come to me and do a counter offer and say, "Hey, I want to get paid 14."
Right.
Or I want to get paid 16. Now, I can also counter offer too and just say, "Hey, how about we come in between the middle and I give you 15." You know what I'm saying? And if you agree to it, that's what I'm saying, you negotiated your deal, the way that you wanted to have it. But a lot of people don't look at it that way. They
Well,
don't
now
see it.
listen. You right now. The other thing I'm keeping my on right now, or keeping my eye on right now, is this whole thing with BET. I'm really hoping Byron Allen acquires BET, and I want him. I know that he will, get the HBCUs back on there like it used to be in the old day. But I want some classy programming like it used to be. They used to have that Budweiser Sports Report with the Evans man and Michael Wilborn, and all. I used to get up every Saturday to watch that. And remember Donnie Simpson, and he would always have on people like Phyllis Hyman, and I want that to come back. So I'm pulling for Byron
I know
Allen to
you
get
wanted to come
BT.
back. I know you wanted to come back,
Yeah,
Mr.
I wanted to come back.
I'm not trying to be funny, but like classy programming is kind of like it's
It's
out the
dead.
window.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
always looking
now,
for like
but here's the thing: there is still a large segment in our community that does want classic program. Now, you're right. Now, see what's going on right now is, and it's a push by Hollywood and by Wall Street and all them to basically destroy the image of the black man, black woman, and black child. Okay.
And they've been doing it for the longest.
That's right. And see, this whole thing, like they said, what happened down at Essence Festival, you had all these people for years would go down there to see Frankie Beverly, go down to New Orleans to see Frankie Beverly, Stephanie Mills, Gladys Knight, Luther Vandross, and all that. And so this year, they basically turned it over to Megan Thee Stallion. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is there's still a segment of people that want classy entertainment. Okay, and I believe that if Byron Allen obtains, if he acquires BT, we will get that classic entertainment back. I think we will get it back.
Allen offered them $2.7 billion and they turned it down.
Well, here's the thing. They know that if Byron gets his hands on it, it's going to be a cash cow. But see, Paramount, the way they running it, they losing money. And they don't want to give it up. But here's the thing. They're going to have to give it. If don't give it to Byron, then it's going to go to the guy here, the director. What the director, I'm talking about.
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry going to get it. But now my choice is Byron Allen because I know what Byron Allen going to do with it. And it's going to be like you talking about a cash cow. It's going to be a cash cow for those black colleges.
I feel like they should definitely, if they can't, I think they should get it together. Like if
Yeah,
it's
but see, here's the thing: whoever is the majority owner, he calls the shots,
Yeah.
and them guys right there are not secondary people. Uh, uh, Tyler Perry ain't no secondary guy, and neither is Byron Allen. They not secondary type people. In other words, both of them are alpha males.
And I also wanted to talk about how society as a whole has gotten really away from like cable to streaming.
Yeah. It's cheaper. Yeah,
That's why ESPN was laying folks off left and right.
right.
Because streaming is king.
Yeah.
Streaming is king now.
And see, that's another reason why that Pac-12 out there is about to go under, because they don't have a good media deal. They about to go under. Because if they lose Arizona, they're gonna lose Utah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this, Mr. Ford. We talked about this earlier today while I was on my way to work. It's the biggest domino to fall. Whoever's the next one, it really gonna be Oregon. Oregon is the major player. Why? Because Oregon has Nike. Not saying Nike backing them, but
Nike they are.
That
feels nice too.
but I'm saying, like not just them backing them, but just having Nike in the backyard, like Beaverton. I mean, Beaverton from Eugene is probably like a 45-minute drive.
Right. Oh yeah.
But having them in the backyard, that would change everything.
Yeah. Now, if Oregon leaves, Oregon is going Big Ten. They're not gonna come. They're not gonna go Big 12. They're going Big 10. They're going Big 10.
Oh no, Mr. Ford.
No, they ain't going. See, listen. See, here's the thing. When you want the top is SEC, Big 10. All right. Now, see, the conference that's losing power besides the Pac-12 is the ACC. Because see, what they waiting to do in the SEC, they gonna poach Florida State and Clemson, and then they're gonna keep their eye on North Carolina. Because see, what these people are trying to do, they are trying to monopolize all of that bowl money.
Yeah.
And that because the new championship series is gonna be 12 teams. The SEC wants 6 of their teams in there. That's what they want. But see, the thing with the ACC right now is they claim, that they wanted to be football. That's why they went after Miami. They went after Virginia Tech, and they've been terrible. Miami looked like when they got in the ACC, they forgot who they were. Virginia Tech, after Michael Vick, they forgot who they were. They ain't none of that worked out. So the thing right now, like I said, if Oregon leaves the Pac-12, they're gonna follow Southern Cal and UCLA. Because see, the centerpiece of college football in the Pacific Coast is Los Angeles. It's Los Angeles. Ain't nobody studying about going to no Eugene.
Do you think that AD Ashley Robinson, that he negotiated his renegotiated his contract, and it's still going to be through 2026?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt, they did it. Like I'm telling you, like you said, they offered him that money. But let me tell you, Jackson wasn't crazy. You ain't gonna let your boy want to leave. Listen, this boy Ashley Robinson right now, he the baddest AD in the black college. But Ashley one of the baddest ADs in the country. He thinks outside the box. He knows how. Now, one thing I've talked to some of them Prairie View people at my school there. I said, now listen, if Ashley go to Prairie View, now y'all know Bubba ain't gonna be that long because that ain't his style. Ashley likes offensive people to be at the head.
That's why he had got Willie when he first got the job. When he first got the job.
You thinking Coach Bubba McDowell wouldn't have been there for very much longer?
But no, what I'm saying is Coach McDowell probably wouldn't have been the head coach because of the fact that you got to realize too, Bubba McDowell been at Prairie View for over 10 years. 10 years. And he basically waited his time to actually become an actual head coach. Because he was the defensive coordinator for the longest.
Somebody said Paul Bryant is the best AD in the SWAC. What do you think about that statement?
He's one of the best ADs. He ain't the best AD. He ain't the. He's one of the best.
Maybe we should do a poll on who is the best AD.
So, but I give you, we already said some names. Jason Cable with Alabama State, Paul Bryant with A&M.
Wait, hang on. Let me do this. Even though we got over 200 people, we need to do a poll. Let's take a poll. I mean, I pretty much know where I would vote when it comes to who has the best AD in the SWAC. I pretty much know, but we can take a poll. Best AD in the SWAC. You said Cable. You said Jason Cable.
Jason Cable.
All right.
You got Paul Bryant. I'm looking at, you got Travion Scott.
I mean, that's enough.
And I would say AD Sykes too. So
you can only do 4, and you got to put Ashley Robinson up there.
Oh well, put Ashley up there. My bad.
We got a poll in the chat, y'all. Go ahead and place y'all votes. Jason Cable is from where?
Alabama State.
Paul Bryant.
A&M.
Alabama A&M.
Mm-hmm.
Travion Scott.
Grambling.
Mr. Campbell, AD Sykes has not gotten out of her probationary period. She's been the AD for less than 6 months. So because of that, at this point in time, AD Sykes is not eligible for this poll.
Oh Lord.
Oh
no. I'm just saying the way you said it.
That is no disrespect to AD Sykes, because
there's no shot at AD Sykes.
Just absolutely not. She just hired a new basketball team, which Mr. Ford been talking about a new basketball coach for FAMU
for since February.
So she's already making waves because she did that. What else? She also is implementing ways to get more home games at FAMU. And I will say this, Sykes, AD Sykes is getting a lot more public pushback from, and I'm pretty sure that's kind of hard for an AD to have to hear or see public pushback from FAMU alums, students, or trolls, to have to hear that's in and of itself is probably hard to deal with on a daily basis.
I know this is your show, but I need to know who in their right mind want to talk bad about me.
Wait, what?
I don't know. I was just reading the chat. I don't know. I was just reading the chat earlier before you dropped the link, and I'm at work, so I just let everybody know I'm at work. And
well, let's not talk about this right now. I don't know what I didn't. I
know you didn't say, because you got your slides.
I'm pretty sure people in the chat probably handled it.
I'm not gonna say
do a real good job at moderating the chat.
Oh yeah, I know that, but all I gotta say is, if anybody got something to say bad about me, you can hit me up on my email at hbcoverdrive@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on Twitter on my Twitter name, HBCU Overdrive. I got time today. I ain't doing no show today. We doing one tomorrow. So we can take care of that later on. But right now we talking about AD Robinson staying at Jackson State, and I figured he was gonna stay there. I didn't have no doubt that he was gonna leave. I knew he was gonna stay. So it really didn't bother me. The way that it came out kind of irritated me because of some fact. And I understand Mr. Ford was saying that Mike Prince is, he's a good person to listen to as far as on a show, but you got to have your sources and you got to have your facts straight before you put all this stuff out. And that was the only issue that I had as far as what was going on with A.D. Robinson, that he was going to lead Jackson, and especially just why would you lead TC like that? You hired a man, you hired a man, and you just gonna up and leave him, and for what? So that was my
understood
biggest issue.
That even the fact that Mr. Ford basically, the fact that Mr. Ford came on here and said that he's been following Mike Prince for years and he's reputable, and that HBCU Gameday is reputable, that makes the reporting all the more terrible for me. And so, of course, I have definitely toned down my pettiness.
Okay, you sure about that?
Definitely. Who's sure about that? Absolutely.
All right, now when football season comes, you gonna have your kettle corn ready for everybody.
That's mild. Me eating popcorn. I should have been eating popcorn then. I'm happy. Do I need to sing my SWAC Diddy song again?
Nah. Tony, I'm looking at Tony Chapman.
Went nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now. It's the I love for life. He ain't. Oh, I love that song. That's the rendition right there. That's
Lord.
it.
Tony Chapman, Deion did not hire TC. TC was already on the staff before Deion even stepped foot in Jackson. So let's get this out the way. And Deion can't make no hire, especially if he was already leaving to go to damn Siberia, America.
And I would like to show Coach Reed, and she posted this earlier today. In the midst of everything happening, if you know, you know. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. The takeover.
I'm gonna give it to High Tech JD. I'll give it up to him. He a PV alum, and he's keeping it 100. He keeping it real funky. Like, who the hell told them that A.D. Robinson was gonna come back to Prairie View? Like, you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is until you get everything, until the ink is dry on the contract, and they make an announcement beforehand that he was going to be the next AD for Prairie View, just leave it as it is. There was interest for him to go to run the athletic program at Prairie View A&M. Jackson State counter offered with a lot of incentives and a pay increase, and he made his decision that he was gonna stay. So my thing is, let's kind of keep you know what I'm saying, get all your facts straight. And then I don't like when folks that have so much damn hate for Jackson State because they feel like they got done wrong by us. I ain't saying no names to nobody, but I hate when they put out they show like, well, he's leaving. Oh, okay, well, he's staying. Come on now. Which one you on there? Which one are you on? Is he leaving or is he staying? But like I said,
and that's what I think that like that's why this hire and Coach TC Taylor, like if you see this picture of the folks in this picture, Coach Mo Williams went to Jackson State.
No, he ain't go to Jackson State. Mo went to Alabama.
Oh, okay.
He from Jackson though. He went to Murrah High School. Yeah.
So, and then Coach AD Ashley Robinson went to Valley, but he's from Jackson.
Right.
And then TC Taylor went to Macomb, or
he went to South. He from South. Went to South Pike High School.
Is that in Macomb, Mississippi?
That is. I don't know what's. Yeah, but I think it's Macomb, Mississippi. I don't know what town it is though, but he's South Pike.
Ain't Coach Reed from Mississippi?
Yep.
So they're all from Mississippi?
They all from Mississippi. That's the one common denominator right there. All four of them from the state of Mississippi. except for one played at Jackson State, which was TC. Um, one played in the ACC, which was Coach Mo, and he had in NBA success. And the other one, she been around Mississippi collegiate sports for the longest. And
Miss Beautiful. I did use the word allegedly earlier. I said Prairie View offered AD Ashley Robinson roughly around $450,000 a year. Allegedly, Jackson State had a counter offer that allegedly included an offer of over $500,000, allegedly, a percentage of sponsorships and like contract deals with like corporations, allegedly. And a couple of coaches received, or a coach and a couple of other staff, some people included in that deal received increase in their salary, allegedly. Oh, okay. Magnolia, Mississippi
he's from Magnolia. Yeah,
Magnolia.
South.
So he from the trenches of the SIP. They from the SIP.
They all from Mississippi.
Mississippi great. Lord, this chat is South Pike in Magnolia, Mississippi. Okay. Lord, when I tell you this chat is jumping, I wanted to go ahead, and while we have this many folks in the chat, we're on a roll now. We, basketball, we expect, Coach Mo had some great hires, or excuse me, not hires, but some great commits. With Coach Tomeika Reed, she has some great commits, and we already have, bar none, I feel like we already have some players that are returning that will make Jackson State once again the best basketball team in the SWAC. Angel returning back, right? And we have Daphne returning back as well. Daphne White and Angel. And I want to say her best player is returning as well, that had an injury. She's returning. So it looks like automatically off the rip, we got another SWAC championship in our belt. I want to say that's Maya Crump is returning. I'm not sure if Kashana's returning or not, but I know for sure Angel Jackson and Daphne White are returning, and Maya Crump. So we looking at having a really good year, not just in football, not just in basketball, soccer, all of them. And then Kashana Luckett is returning. So out the gate, you already have the best players returning. You have Maya Crump, who she had an injury, so she was a red shirt. She had a season-ending injury. So she is returning. So then you have Kashana Luckett, Angel Jackson, and Daphne White. Angel Jackson, I want to say, was Defensive Player of the Year last year in the SWAC. Oh wait, there's somebody else on there. Oh, Mr. Ford, you back on here, Mr. Ford?
Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm having problems. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but we was just talking about moving forward. We got the big three. And
yeah, I saw the picture. That's a good group of coaches there now.
And then it's not even just them though. Our soccer, our women's soccer, Dr. Ted Flagades, he had us going to the SWAC. We won regular season SWAC champions, and we won the SWAC tournament for soccer. I didn't even know the bowling team was like that. So I'll be covering the bowling team more. I covered them a little bit, like when they were in the SWAC tournament. But
the bowling team has like been like that for the last 20-some years.
Now listen, did y'all bring back golf yet?
No, not
we
yet.
ain't brought back golf yet. But you know what? That's probably on AD Ashley Robinson's to-do list, because
I'm thinking but y'all tennis is really good too. And didn't the men tennis play for the championship?
Yeah, we did. They got second place.
Yeah, I think it was Alabama. Now your baseball team is good too. That's Coach Omar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We fell kind of short this season.
Right.
To be able to turn around. Basically, what I'm saying is all the sports are looking real good. Even we're a couple of sports short, and we still won.
You came in second place in the Commissioner's Cup.
Yes, and it was by like the SWAC Commissioner Cup, like the amount of points. It wasn't even like they won by a couple of points. Like, oh my gosh.
Right.
Yep, they got Alabama State had 163 points, and Jackson State had 157.5. Like, it was so close. And we won the C.D. Henry Award.
Right. And the C.D. Henry is the men's sports, right?
Right.
Okay. What you got to say about that, Mr. Campbell?
Did you see Doc interviewed Coach Simmons?
Yeah, I heard some of it, Doc. I was listening to that. I do the orange and green. What is it? ONG?
ONG Strike Zone.
Okay, so they had the offensive coordinator, Coach Roberts. So I wanted to hear him. So I heard a little bit of because looked like, was he driving? Wasn't Coach in a car or something?
No, he was just sitting in the car doing.
He was sitting in the car because he's on daddy duty.
Yeah. Because I listened to y'all a little while, and then I went over to the ONG show, and I listened to them. They interviewed his name is it Joseph Roberts? He's the offensive line and offense coordinator.
Oh, okay.
So I wanted to hear him too, see what he was talking about.
Well,
because
I will say this about Willie. Willie did not change his tune about what happened at the game last year.
Well, let me tell you, I wanted you. It was something that happened. I said, "Now, see, Doc, this is what I'm telling you about." It was Doc, who was it? Did you see what Sean Payton said about the former coach at
I heard about
Denver Broncos? Did you see that interview?
I heard about it, but I didn't I haven't read on it yet, so I'm gonna have to look into that.
It was straight sports psychology. Remember me and you talked about that sports psychology?
Oh yeah.
Basically what he did was he ripped Nathaniel Hatchett, and the purpose was to kill any of them thoughts that them players had in their head. He let them players know this is a new day. I'm a new coach, and everybody's fault last year was Nathaniel Hatchett's fault. Didn't that sound like what Willie said about last year? Remember Willie said everything was self-inflicted?
Is that self-inflicted?
That's right. So he was getting it off of his players because he don't want last year to beat him this year.
Yeah.
They won 9-2.
But listen, that's the worst whooping by a black school on Florida A&M in their history. You know, Florida A&M been playing football, I think, since the 1890s, wasn't it?
Nah, I think it's a little bit about
the
early 1900s.
I just want to make an announcement. You know, my aunt, Mr. Stephen Campbell, you know, he is a pillar in, you know, the HBCU community, especially in social media. He supports everybody and a representation of the highest of the hills.
That's right.
You know, he said that they letting the snake hang.
Okay. That's right. Letting the snake hang. Okay.
Yeah, they letting the snake hang this year.
Okay.
So all right. Snakes are going to be on that plane. Have y'all seen snakes on a plane?
Yeah.
The Snakes getting ready to be on a plane to Miami, and we'll see what it is or what it ain't. But I feel like it's going to be a repeat.
And I don't understand how come Florida A&M gonna run from y'all and give y'all Miami. I still ain't got over that. Ms. Cameron, can you hear that? Why did y'all desert Miami and give Miami to Jackson? Y'all straight up deserted. Y'all done deserted Miami, one of the largest cities in Florida. Okay, and you gonna give it to Jackson? That's awful.
I say this though. I'm gonna say this. I think it's more on the fact that some people just don't want to remember that 56-point butt whipping that we gave them.
I know that's right, cause they done just gave
Well, they Mr. Ford. Now listen, they are undefeated at home. For a long time, they're undefeated.
Yeah, they're undefeated at home, but listen, one of their biggest fan bases is in Miami, Florida. And they're going to desert. Listen, let me tell you something. I know Coach Gaither got to be turning over in his grave. That they're going to hightail and run from y'all because y'all done beat them, what, 2 in a row?
Now,
how many times y'all done beat them down in Miami?
In the last 4 times we played them, 4 times in a row.
Now I'm talking about in Miami. How many times you beat them in Miami?
Twice in Miami, and a couple. We beat them in the highest of 7 hills, right?
Yeah, but they gonna run and give y'all Miami. I can't get over that. I want Mr. Campbell to give me an excuse tonight. Why did they turn and hightail it and give y'all surrender down there in Miami? So I want him to explain that. I need to hear an excuse.
Mr.
Is he on here, bro? I mean,
yeah, he's on.
Doc, is he on here?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he is.
Tell him to put an excuse in. I can't see it. Y'all got to read it to me. I can't see it.
He said we are money makers, not money givers. They will see the attendance when we are not there. You know what?
That ain't convincing, Mr. Campbell. That ain't convincing right there. Well, that's not convincing.
It's similar. Okay, so the terms I still haven't gotten 100% fact. Like I guess I would need to call them myself, and they still might not give me the real. Which is, does the $450,000 that's offered, does that also include? Because it said in the email travel, but does that also include hotel and food? That's what I wanted to know. Now, if it includes food and hotel, I still say a city that's getting $31 million and it's Miami, I still say they can come up with an extra $2 million to split so that they can take home $600,000 to $750,000 in the clear.
Well, let me ask you, the lady that runs the Orange Blossom Classic, she was at the media day. Did y'all talk to her?
No, we didn't get a chance to talk to her.
You didn't get a chance to? Okay.
I didn't even know.
Because I saw somebody interviewed her.
80 Sykes?
No. This lady runs the Orange Blossom Classic. She's the chairperson.
I wish I would have known it. I wish I would have known it.
We didn't know she was in the big.
Walked right up to her and said, "Hi, can you do an interview?" And we would have went right.
Yeah, somebody. I think Todd and them interviewed. I know they did, and I thought somebody else interviewed her too.
I wish I would have known it. Well, you know what, Mr. Campbell, what happened is we were in this side room. We were in a side room, like away from everything, which was good because we had some of the coaches come in there early, but not everybody came into that room. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so you actually had to walk up to people and say, "Hey, can you do an interview?"
Yeah.
Hey, is Blue on here tonight?
I haven't seen it.
He did an interview with a guy. I think that guy's going to be the next coach at University of Florida.
Mr. Campbell, they did say Tiger Top and Ken and Zoe interviewed her.
Yeah.
They did interview her?
Mm-hmm.
She stated that FAMU has been replaced for next year. So the thing is, it's going to be similar to the Southern Heritage Classic, right? And the Southern Heritage Classic, their terms was really, really bad. But what I'm saying is, next year when it's Jackson State and another school, that will determine whether or not it was a good idea for Orange Blossom Classic to not try to renegotiate terms with FAMU or make it work. You know what I'm saying? Because in the Southern Heritage Classic, we had a bad deal, and Coach Prime basically, I guess he kind of was like, we're not playing it anymore. And at first we weren't going to go to the original one, but they said, okay, we'll go ahead and play this. This will be our last year, right? So they brought in Arkansas Pine Bluff, right? It's going to be
the
other team. So once they bring that in, it will determine on the success of the Classic. Was that a good move? Are you guys going to be able to capitalize off of the Southern Heritage Classic without Jackson State there? So the same will be done for FAMU. The only issue with FAMU is that Jackson State always comes with, a lot of fan base. But I will say this: Miami is expensive. From the plane ticket to the hotel to everything. Everything is expensive. So it just depends, we'll see.
Well, y'all heard the news out of Nashville, right? Did y'all hear the news out of Nashville?
They come into the SWAC.
No, they just acknowledged that they got to get out of the OVC. They don't have enough sense to come to the SWAC, but they have acknowledged after all these years that Tennessee State has to get out of the OVC.
Well, did you hear Doc ask the commissioner the question about bringing in new member institutions into the SWAC? Did you hear what he said, Mr.?
I think he said something about they have to have something to offer, right?
Yep.
Right.
Got to bring something to the table.
Got to bring something to the table.
So, but we've been talking
North
about
Carolina A&T move like military families. Every 1 to 2, 3 years, what is this? Isn't this their third conference that they've been in since leaving?
Who?
No, this is their second conference since leaving the MEAC.
So, but this is their third conference, right? Then it was MEAC.
Well, they were MEAC, they were Big South, and now they CAA.
And now they're CAA. So that's 3. And so then TSU is trying to go to what? The CAA?
No, listen, they don't know where they want to go. I told y'all before, Dr. Glove is brilliant. She has a law degree. She has a PhD. But when it comes to running a football program, she lost.
So the problem
she don't know what to do. She don't know what to do.
The problem that I have with them not being in an HBCU conference, I feel like it brings more coverage for them.
Oh, if they join the SWAC, it's like coming back home. Because see, when they were independent, you have to understand, they played all SWAC schools. They would play Grambling every year. They played Southern every year. They played Jackson every year. They would play Texas Southern. They would play Alabama State. So if they were to join the SWAC, it's like coming back home. They could get their fan base back because their fan base been destroyed 30 years.
Well, here, we need to help them because I didn't even know they had this.
I put some on it.
There's like a petition, and I'm going to drop it in the chat. I didn't even know.
What's the petition now?
They've been had a petition. After 34 years, it's time for Tennessee State University to leave OVC for HBCU conference.
That's what my niece, I got a niece up there. She says that's all they talk about. And she says that the biggest game for Tennessee State every year is in Memphis. That's their biggest game.
But wasn't Tennessee State in they was in the SIA or they was independent?
They were independent.
Okay, so they was independent, so they really didn't have no conference. So if it was me, your best conference would be the SWAC. Now, if you get to the MEAC, I mean, you really that's really kind of pushing it.
MEAC's not going to give them what they need to be successful, and I do not mean that as a diss. So, football is the moneymaker for athletics. So to cover athletics, you need to have the money for football. Tennessee State University is under attack for more than just their athletics. Their whole school is on the line.
Yeah, that's true. And don't forget they've been cheated out of $1.9 billion in the last 30 years.
And then they gave them half the money, and they also
gave them stipulations,
told them they couldn't build stuff with it. So Tennessee State University is under attack for more than just that, just, their sports. So coming to an HBCU conference, number one, you're guaranteed to have some big games.
Without a doubt. Listen, if they come to the SWAC, every game would be a classic for them.
And
it would be a classic for them to have to play Grambling. That's that Eddie Robinson, Big John Merritt, then the Jackson, Southern, all of those rivalries go over 50 and 60 years old. The one with Southern, I think, is 80 years old.
And then they had Tennessee State has a new deal with the Tennessee Titans. So
that's right.
Which was asinine to me. They used to pay to use the facilities. Now they get the facilities for free, or if they decide to play inside their home stadium, I want to say they get upwards of, it's like 150 to 190 games.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is that the Titans have pledged to help them build a 30,000 seat stadium on campus.
Which they
because of the relationship with Eddie George. They pledged that they would help them build a 30,000 seat stadium on the campus of Tennessee State.
Well, that will keep him there then, huh? So yeah. It's in their best interest to keep Eddie George. $150,000 per game, which means up to $900,000 per year. That's if they choose to play at their own stadium. They're going to give them $100,000, so that's a win to me.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't think Eddie George going anywhere because him and Dr. Glover have a working relationship. Like they literally, you know what I'm saying? They literally have a working relationship. They've been Eddie George's been working with Dr. Glover, especially with the AKAs for like the last couple of years.
Yeah, remember she chose him. They said that before she went to him, she went to his wife.
Yeah,
she talked to his wife first. She got his wife on board, and then they talked to Eddie. Because Eddie said that when she talked to Eddie, Eddie called Jeff Fisher, and it was somebody else. He called Deion.
Yeah.
So they're saying that they don't feel like Tennessee State has any attendance.
Well, they don't. That's true.
They don't have.
See, once they went OVC, that killed their fan base. And they've been in OVC now, over 30 years. They joined OVC in the 80s. They've been in that OVC. Let me see. Maybe the late 80s. They joined OVC maybe the mid or late 80s. And and that's why their program is a shell of itself.
What do you think they'll take for them to build it back to dominance?
Join the SWAC.
The hockey was great. I love the hockey idea, right?
Well, that's good. But now let me tell you something. That hockey idea, that ain't got nothing to do with us. Now you know who that's for. You know now, Doctor. Yeah, I know I ain't got to tell you. You know who that's for.
Who is it for?
I'm gonna let Doc tell you.
It's for the Caucasian people, but
hockey, there you go. Thank you.
But hockey was
that's what that's for now. You know what that's for.
Hockey was invented by Afro-Canadians. So, but that hockey team is one thing. Another thing is Tennessee State basketball is actually doing some good recruiting. They got a good team to where they might scare a lot of folks in the NCAAs. If they get to the tournament, it be on and popping. Football team.
So it's for the Billies and the Bobs and the Joes, Mr. Ford.
You talking about the hockey team?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the thing I want them to do is bring back that baseball team. You know, they discontinued baseball, I think, in the 90s. One you Tennessee State folks. When did y'all cut out baseball? That's what I want them to bring back. I want them to bring back baseball.
I just feel like, and this is not just for Tennessee State, this is for all HBCUs. So for all HBCUs, when it comes to athletics, your strong points are to be in conferences with other HBCUs. And that's basically because of that attendance deal. The amount
and that's money. When you're in the conference with other HBCUs, you can make money.
Then you don't have to do the money games.
Yeah.
You are the
Don't
money
nobody
games.
want to see them go up to what's that school?
Dame.
You know the school that Jimmy Garoppolo and them from. What's the name of that school? It's in Illinois.
Eastern Illinois.
Eastern Illinois. They go up there to Eastern Illinois and snow, and then Eastern beat them by 50. You can't make no money like that.
Well,
when you can come down here and play Florida A&M, play Jackson, play Alabama State, meet Alabama State in Birmingham.
Ooh.
Oh, now I did. When we was in Birmingham, when I got to the hotel for media day, I did park in front of Protector Stadium, and I would have to say this: it's Ford. That's a very nice looking stadium.
Hey man, I'm telling you, listen. Can you imagine Jackson and Tennessee State meeting in that stadium?
You might have.
What you think about that? Jackson and Tennessee State meet in what you call it? Protection? What you call it?
Protectives.
Yeah, and that's on the campus of UAB.
You gonna have to bump up that seating because Protective only seats like 30,
but so then the classic that we have where they say that it's really bad stadium, that's in Mobile. The one that
that's Ladd People's Stadium.
Yeah, go.
But there's a new stadium down there too. That South Alabama has a new stadium.
Right.
So instead of going to Ladd People, you could see if you could play at South Alabama Stadium.
Well,
because it's brand new. It's only 2 years old or 3 years old. How old is that stadium, Doc?
But I don't think South Alabama wants to have anybody else playing that stadium. I think it's going to be them unless if they get it. My thing is, if they negotiate it, they're gonna get somewhat of a cut. I mean, because it's their stuff. So
they're gonna get a cut now.
I don't.
Definitely. But I'm just saying, if Jackson bring their people to South Alabama State, that's a sellout. Yeah. If they meet, like a Alabama A&M or somebody down there, that's a sellout.
Well, I mean, I can see it both ways. They have the MEAC or the SWAC. It's either or for TSU. I feel like
wait a minute, wait. Tennessee State ain't got nothing in common with them MEAC school. What would Tennessee State look like playing on a Tuesday night at Howard or playing on a Tuesday night at Coppin? That's logistic problem. Tennessee State's natural is the SWAC.
You talking about?
Well, the commissioner said that if the school has to bring something to the table, and he also said that FAMU and Bethune approached the SWAC, not the other.
I can believe that. I know FAM did because they made a rule down in Florida and told them that FAMU couldn't run those deficits anymore because of that travel. I knew they were going to get out of the MEAC then because the state government told them they couldn't run them deficits no more. They couldn't have them sports deficits. All that. Your Bragg Stadium packed every weekend, but then you still $700,000 in the hole because you got to go to Coppin and you got to go to Delaware State and you got to go to Morgan, and your fan base don't even want to see them people. I knew they were going to join the SWAC. It was a natural. See, FAMU should have joined the SWAC 40 years ago.
Said this though. Remember, he said this. He said he don't want the conference to be like from sea to shining sea. What from coast to coast. What he did, he took a dig at the Big Ten. I mean, you got to understand, he is on the committee for NCAA basketball, right? So here's the head man for the committee for NCAA basketball. He said specifically out of his own mouth, he does not want that conference to go from one coast to another. He doesn't want to do that because he don't want to. He doesn't want to hear the school saying that we can't afford to travel. And I think that the footprint that we have right now with the SWAC and with going from Texas to Florida, I think that's a good footprint right there, because remember we only had before Pine Bluff came back in '97. You only went to Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
only went to Alabama
yeah.
one time, and you played Alabama State. Alabama A&M was a D2 school at the time before they even came up to the SWAC. So he doesn't want it to be where he doesn't want it to be in an instance of what happened with infamous person we don't I ain't gonna lie to you, Dewar Sharp. And
Oh, wait a
Dewar
minute.
Sharp,
Dewar Sharp was terrible. That's the
he
guy
was
from
terrible.
where was he from? Jersey?
I don't know if he was from
But he
Jersey.
he was the last commissioner?
He was the
The
last
commissioner before Dr. McClellan, right? Oh, he was awful. Oh, listen, you can't even mention his name. He was terrible. He spent all that money out there. You remember when they first started doing they did it in Texas. Remember they was doing it in Houston.
The SWAC championship, the football
Yeah.
championship.
Oh, he threw away so much money out there, it wasn't even funny.
And that's what the SWAC commissioner, I commend him for coming and answering a couple questions from me and Doc. He highlighted that the SWAC basketball tournament, the reason why it hasn't been successful is because they kept moving it around and they put it in cities that didn't invest in the tournament, and they ended up almost going bankrupt trying to have it in. Did they have it in New Orleans, or was it?
Yeah, they had it in New Orleans.
They had it in New Orleans. They had it in.
They had it in Baton Rouge. They had it in Jackson. They had it in Texas. Was it Garland, Texas? Where was it?
Yeah, They had it in downtown Dallas at the convention center a couple of years.
Right.
They had it at Curtis Colwell Center in Garland, Texas, which was a nice spot. I'm not gonna lie to you on that. It was a nice spot as far as the basketball, the tournament being there. Had it in Houston in the Toyota Center, which was a disaster because there wasn't a lot of people that were coming up in there. If you were going to have it in Houston, I would have had it in Katy. I would have had it at Katy at their arena, or I would have had it at the Berry Center in North Houston. I would have had it somewhere instead of downtown Houston at the Toyota Center. Where
Mr. Ford, do you know the commissioner? Because when I said your name, he did a little smirk, like he knows who you are. Do you know? Have you ever talked to the commissioner?
No, I know some people. It's a lot of Prairie View people here that know him. I know them, but I don't know him personally.
Yeah. Okay.
But let me say this: I am a fan of his.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of his, and like I tell everybody, I feel like his leadership is great. I love it.
After he explained some stuff, I agree, Mr. Ford. I was like, see, it's good when you do fanfare and you throw out the words media rights or you throw out this, that, and the third. But when you get behind the walls, we got a special guest.
Huh?
We got a special guest, Mr. Ford.
Who we got?
From the highest of Seven Hills.
Mr. Campbell.
The #1 public HBCU.
Hey, Mr. Campbell, what excuse you got now for deserting Miami? What's the excuse now?
Well, see, I know down there off of X81, they don't teach math like they teach at Florida A&M. That's why we have CEOs of Microsoft and ABC and places like that.
All right. See, but they didn't teach. Listen, Gaither didn't teach y'all to desert Miami.
Okay, so, so I'm going to ask the JSU people a question, okay?
Oh,
and we got and Simone, you can hear me clearly, right? You can hear me clearly?
Yep, I'm getting ready to start the poll. I'm ending the poll. Whatever question you ask,
I got a question to the JSU people. How much on average does JSU make it for a home game? just on average?
How much do we make for?
Like $1 billion, right?
No, we make. You talking about in the clear or?
Yeah, no, just I don't care either in the clear or gross, whatever. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay,
whatever
so
number.
In the clear, we make $1 million again.
Okay, you make $1 million. Okay.
In the clear, we making between 2 million, between 2 to almost 3 million.
Okay, so you all make $1 million. So I'm going to ask you all a simple question: how long you all going to stay in Miami and give up a home game when you can play at home and make $1 million?
Ooh, let's ask that question. How long should we stay in Miami? Because
you just told me that if you go to Miami and they're giving $600,000, well, they're not even giving that, because that's what we want. So $450,000, right? That's what they're giving, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you guys are going to give up $600,000 to come down to Miami. See, this is what you all need. That's why I try to tell you, we're money makers, not money givers. So just like I just gave you that simple math, you all ain't going to be down there too much longer either. Because you know what your AD Robinson, y'all brilliant AD is going to say? I can have a home game and play FAMU or play Tennessee State and make $1 million. Why am I going to go to Miami? So this is the reason why we told those folks in Miami, give us more money. Because the math ain't mathing. So see why everybody making these laughing? You all going to do the same thing. You going to come down there one more year in your contract, and maybe you come one more. And then when they come back to you all and say, oh, we going to give you $500,000, y'all going to be like, we going back to Jackson.
I thought the contract was for 3 years.
Jackson hasn't signed a new contract. Nobody signed a new contract.
So okay. we on a month-to-month type of lease?
So I'm going to ask the question again. If you were the AD at Jackson State, would you give up a home game to go to Miami?
Nah, I really won't give up a home game.
Oh, so FAMU is stupid, but Jackson State just said they would do the exact same thing we would do.
We just, you know, and if you think about it though, Mr. Campbell, we just did it last year with Tennessee State. Why play the game if we ain't getting the money?
So now you guys understand. See, I keep trying to explain this to you. You better watch how FAMU moves, because we learned this a long time. Why do you think FAMU don't play in Atlanta anymore? Well, because they blocked it out. We were going to Atlanta and everybody was having a good time. Everybody drinking liquor, having a good old time. And we was losing money. And we were only 4 hours away. That's why we don't go to Atlanta anymore, because we ain't making no money. Why y'all not in Memphis anymore?
Because it was a bad deal.
Exactly. So that's what I'm trying to tell you all. When you people talking about when Mr. Ford, that illustrious Grambling alumnus, asked a question.
There you go.
See, this is what happens. See, we don't make excuses. We give answers. That's the difference. So I just gave you the answer of why we're not playing in the Orange Blossom Classic. Because if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So that's your answer. And that's not an excuse. Because the Jackson State people just answered my question in reverse.
So that's why y'all running and you're going to give up Miami to Jackson, right? I'm
going to ask you a question again. If Grambling has, well, y'all never play home games, so I can't even ask y'all no. What y'all got, like 2 home games? Y'all have a homecoming and y'all play so you wouldn't even know what. So that's why Grambling people don't even understand that they play 2 home games. Grambling play 2 home games. So you wouldn't even understand what that means. See, FAMU at Jackson actually plays home game where people actually come and make money. So we get it. So you need to sit this. Like, you would not understand that math. But for those of us that actually have people that come to our home games and make $1 million at our home games,
Mr. Campbell.
Well, I'm just saying.
Mr. Campbell, let me say something. I'm not speaking for all of JSU. I'm saying this. You got to understand, as a business person, I am not as a business person. If I could make money, if I could make more money being at the house, not have to spend a whole bunch of money on anything, but make more money off of people coming in with hotels and stuff like that, yes, I'm staying my ass at home.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying.
But I'm not speaking, and I'm just telling people, I'm not speaking
for competency, Doc, you're proving my point. Common sense, because people are asking the question.
Y'all answer the poll now.
And I gave you. I let you all answer the question for me because you couldn't help but to answer it in an affirmative. So that's the reason why. Why are we going to go to Miami? And this is the thing. This goes for Jackson State and FAMU. Jackson State and FAMU made the Orange Blossom Classic. Those folks clearing like $6 million. Okay, I'm talking about clearing.
Yeah,
after they pay us.
They gonna
So
get that money.
you gonna tell me that they can't pay both Jackson State and FAMU another $400,000 to give us $1 million apiece?
Yeah, they can get it. But I when I talked about it, what I said was they don't have to take it out of their $6 million. They can go to Miami and say, hey, y'all making 31 mil. Can y'all come up with, if we're making 450, so what they need, 1.5? Miami can come up with 1.5 through sponsors, through tell T-Mobile we'll do an activation where people can get free Wi-Fi. You do Snapchat filters with T-Mobile, and they give you 1.5 million just to split between the two. But we are taking a poll, and it's in the chat. How long should we stay in Miami? 1 more year, 2 more years, 3 more years, or no more? Interesting enough, at we don't have all the votes in right now, but no more is. I think there's a little bit of a consensus that we shouldn't be in the Orange Blossom Classic for very much longer either.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. It's no argument. And even like I said, no, we don't make as much as Jackson State because you guys have more people. But the bottom line is, here's the thing: if we make $100,000 more staying in Tallahassee, that's $100,000 more. So the bottom line is, we're not making a home game. We're going to make more money. And I tell you this too: we ain't got to move the band. We ain't got to have all that liability. Like you say, Doc, what you just say. If you can make money at home, why you want to get up and go to work?
Like, hey, why would I want to get
So
y'all over here doing some work from home, Mr. Campbell.
Listen,
Y'all let y'all stay paying, but only from home.
See, I get what he's saying. Is that
well, here's the thing. Okay, well, I'm gonna say this here. No, I'm gonna say this here. You go Google what our stadium is, and then multiply the ticket number by $40, $50. There you go, your math. So that's how you can figure out how much we making. Come on, man. This is simple math. Y'all got them JSU degrees. Y'all can do math. I know y'all can handle that. And y'all Google everything else. Google that. Jesus.
Y'all say the whole 20, let's say 23,000. And if it was a big game, y'all gonna add bleachers up in there on the end zone, so it'll be up to like 25,000.
Well, they naturally seat 25. They Brax. Well, you're right. They took out some seats, right?
They took the seats out because they
expand the press box or something.
But Doc, okay. You know, here's another thing too. All right, what has Zoe and them been trying to get you all? What's another initiative? They've been trying to get y'all to sell season tickets, right? To get that money in, right? So here's the thing. So I'm gonna say this to my niece Paris. So Paris, it's not even about if we sell it out or not. It's about what Zoe and Ken say. Because what did the IAD say? We need to have more games so we can sell season ticket packages. So if we don't have a game in Miami that's not part of the season ticket package, guess what? She can't even sell that because that's not a home game. So if we've got 4 home games, that season ticket package simply is worth more than the season ticket package that's got 3 games, right?
Right.
And that's the reason. But here's the thing, though, too. Everybody got to understand that's the reason why a lot of these ADs, if you got a progressive AD, they're trying to get out of these classic games.
I agree with getting out of the classics and maybe making the classics at your home. At your home. Where you at?
Well, hold on. And this, I'm gonna answer something because just go. And this is what Paris wants. I tell you one game I know would sell out, which would be a fact. And I'm not talking about win, lose, or draw. If Jackson State, Jackson State and FAMU are now, if Jackson State come down, y'all don't think that game not gonna be sold out?
Y'all gonna have to rent them. Y'all gonna have to
exactly. So that game, that's the game we losing right there anyway. So you just think about this. If you had a season ticket package and they look up and Southern and Jackson State is coming to your town, guess what? You're going to sell more season tickets. Plus, you're going to have homecoming.
And you're going to get a sponsor to sponsor those games because they're going to be sold out. And you have that sponsor pay $300,000 and that sponsor pay $250,000. You get to add to the clearing of money. I like having home classics where sponsors come to the home stadiums and they sponsor and you get it in the clear, which, like you said, AD Sykes, that might be something that she's moving towards. AD Ashley Robinson for the WC Gordon Classic that we have every year. He's got a whole bunch of activities and festivities surrounding it, including the golf tournament, including some fundraisers outside of that. So I can definitely understand it, but I think what Mr. Ford is saying is the OBC is that's a FAMU type of deal.
No. It's only a FAMU type deal by name, because if you don't own it, it ain't yours.
Right.
See, that's what I'm saying. We ain't in 1950. We in 2023, and if the math ain't math, we don't need to be there. And that's just the bottom line. So yeah, the history of it, yeah, of course, going to Miami, it's a great time. It's good for recruiting and all that. But the bottom line is, when we got to sit here, and case in point, which has always been the argument, because see, Jackson State sits alone for what they are able to do with that stadium and the people. But when you got Southern, and you got FAMU, and you got North Carolina Central, and they got to play these Power Fives, right? So they lose that game, which is worthless to them. Then the other part is worthless. Then we got to, because to make the books balance, we got to play West Florida and Lincoln just to make the books balance. So that makes no sense. Right. So I would rather have that game, Jackson.
Well, you guys are playing. I'm on your website, investing in champions and season tickets. Y'all are playing.
That's last year, because we played Southern. Yeah, that was last year. Okay. So that's the point. So that's last year. So again, like what she's saying is, it's the same thing.
20. So this investing in champions it's like they're investing, but as a result of
okay, wait a minute. I want you to look at that. See, look at the difference of our price versus y'all price. Look at the difference. What does that say on that first rung? 600? 800? 900? Yeah. I can't see it.
Yeah, let me see if I can make it. That's probably as big as.
Okay, so here's a perfect example. So we're charging $900 for our season ticket. How much y'all charge for y'all season ticket? $110?
Yeah.
Yeah, how much y'all charge for y'all season ticket? $110, right?
$110.
And we charging $900. So see, so parents, there go your answer. We don't have to sell out. We charging 10 times more than y'all charging for y'all season tickets. We got a $25K, and trust me, there are people that pay that $25K. Y'all got a $25K season ticket?
But also, you guys actually increase prices. That's what AD Sykes said.
Exactly. But listen to what Zoe and Ken's point was, and I'm just trying to show you all about the math. They said, let's charge more for the homecoming game and charge for another game, right? You all are only charging $110. We're charging $900. So who's really getting the money?
It depends on how many people buy it, Mr. Campbell.
But listen, but I'm gonna do. Okay, you guys sold 4,000 season tickets. If we sell 4,000 season tickets, who getting more money? We ain't even got to sell 4,000. We don't even got to sell 1,000 to make the money that y'all made.
Right.
So my point of it is what, and I'm not disrespecting. What I'm saying is what Zoe and them was saying. You all are worth more than $110 a season ticket.
Right.
That's my point. So this is what I'm saying to going back, because I'm giving you, because Mr. Ford asked the question, I'm giving you this FAMU education. Mr. Campbell, why are we not playing? I'm showing you this because we get $900 off a season ticket package. $900. So there go your math. Now I know they don't do that down at Grambling, but we do that at FAMU. And that's free. I ain't gonna charge y'all for that tonight.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna
Mr.
HBC,
Bragg different.
Listen, exactly.
Founder of the truth coming.
Hey, listen, that's it. So listen, you the one with the slides. The slide don't lie, does it?
No, I pulled up the FAMU slide.
Exactly. The slide. So all that talking in the chat, do your math. Now, so that's what I'm saying. Go do that. So if we only get 10,000 people in our stadium, and we got 1,000 season ticket, which we got more than 1,000. There you go. So now that's why she said that. Investing in champions. So I'm gonna let y'all have y'all show back. FAMU business is done.
Mike, you gotta do the mic drop. That mic done dropped. The mic done dropped. That was the highest of the 7 hills. Mr. Campbell representing the #1 HBCU public institution. Mr. Campbell. So it might not even be $900 now. It might be $12. But I can understand this. Like if Jack, like, you know, those ugly red chairs that was sitting there on the sideline looking a mess. I don't even know if it was blocking the game or not. But those ugly red chairs that Prime had, he was giving them to the celebrities probably for free. But if you are somebody and you want to be, you know, on the sidelines or whatever, and you know that Rick Ross is going to be on the sidelines or Snoop Dogg, you might pay $1,000 to be on the sidelines. So I like that explanation. Let me go ahead and see what they said. So it looks like I'm getting ready to end this poll.
All right.
I'm gonna mute y'all. Okay, I muted y'all mic and then y'all can unmute, but it was some background noise. But the poll that we had, basically, how long should we stay in Miami? 40% of y'all said no more, and 37% said 1 more year. Only 10% said 2 more years, and 10% said 3 years. So a lot of folks don't. I mean, if you think about it, if we're participating in these classics and it's taking away from a home game, we can definitely understand FAMU's sentiment. But at the same time, I felt like the OBC I felt like they could have added $300,000 more dollars. Y'all could have found that. And Gina said that she's selling thoughts for $1 million each doesn't make me a millionaire. And KJ says, I don't think we're re-signing. So for me, it's kind of like you're going to take a gamble and you're going to take a risk when you don't give a good counter offer. You got to make your counter offer strong. That's what we did with AD Ashley Robinson. We made a strong counter offer. So, Mr. Ford, what do you think about that? About what Mr. Campbell said? I don't know. His mic not be working. Pull up the revenue list. Oh, Miss Paris, we not gonna go get in those folks' business. And then, but I do see some people saying that they have a hard time, that there's a lot of people paying $150 to $180 for an HBCU game. So, it's more so about an experience. That's important. And that's why I think that if some of these stadiums are renovated to where they have like suites, there's absolutely folks that will pay $150 to $180 to go to a game and be in a suite. Folks buy a bottle that costs $50 in the alcohol. Like if you go to the alcohol store or you go to get your alcoholic beverages, like you pay $50 for a bottle of Patron, but if you go to the club, you have to pay $300 for that same bottle, same size, and you're going to pay 6 times more just because you're in a club. So it's all about an experience. I absolutely feel like folks would pay more for Jackson State tickets if it had something attached to it, like a meet and greet with the student athletes and the coaches, or being in the suite and having access to liquor in the suite, whatever, food. Because we do it when we go to like when we do the classic at the Orange Blossom Classic, they have that. Folks done paid thousands and thousands of dollars for a suite in Miami. They do it at the MEAC SWAC Challenge. They're going to do it at the Celebration Bowl. So there's always a way to make more money. Now, I didn't know they was charging $900 for it looks like for 2 season tickets, or does it say 1? That's expensive. Good Lord. They ain't playing no games.
I'm sorry, y'all. If y'all hear all this commotion in the background, I'm still at work. I'm about to leave.
On mute. Yeah, just put yourself. So it
No,
says reserve. Yeah, just put it on mute so people don't hear it. It says you get 2 reserve football season tickets for $900, 4 season tickets for $1,650, 4 for if you're a silver rattler, $5,500 for gold. For platinum rattler is $7,800. Legacy Club is $10K, and then Gaither Society is $25K.
You ain't lying. You gonna make that money.
I mean, you get like stadium parking passes, you get zone passes, Florida Blue, Florida Classic tickets, indoor club parking passes. You get tickets to a luncheon, tickets to the Battle of the Bands. So it's more so just like you're investing in our program, but because you're investing, it's the same way that folks, they make donations to Jackson State. You're making a larger donation than what the actual ticket costs, but you're doing that because you're investing in FAMU. Oh, Lord. You dropped. It says paying $900 to scream at Coach Willie not running the ball. Lord. Okay, so we do have the umbrella tables and chairs we have on the ramp, and it serves drinks and food. And then I don't like the ugly red chairs. They were just too big and bulky. And Jay Boone says that we have an AD club at Jackson State. Let me see if I have Jackson State AD club that comes with perks. Let's go look at our AD club. So we have something similar. It's called the AD club. And this has not been updated, but it's $1,500 annually. And you get all sports pass for football, basketball, and baseball. Name recognition. You get a VIP parking pass during the football season. Football annual reception invites. Baseball, you get admissions. So this might have changed over time, but basically they have a AD club that we have at Jackson State. So anyway, everybody's getting ready to go to, it's Friday night and we have some celebrating to do. So everybody go to KC 1400 Club with Ken Clark and friends. It says it's a waiting list and it stays full. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. So look, Mr. Campbell, we got a waiting list for our AD club. You can't just get on there. You have to wait. Thank you, Mr. Campbell, for coming in and sharing with us about FAMU and their switch to more home games. And with that being said, we're gonna leave out with the Sonic Boom of the South. Box seats are $250 per ticket and 50-yard lines are higher. Okay, so it looks like Jackson State does have higher price tickets. And don't forget about the Blue Bengals. The Blue Bengal Club. Let's see.
The Blue Bengal Association.
No, I think they're saying that there's like something else that they have where they get tickets or something for investing in the Blue Bengal Club. That's the booster club for
the athletics.
Right. And of course, that's who help fund initiatives with Jackson State including things like renovating the track and field facilities or helping with the weight room. Yes, they support all JSU athletics. So, leaving out with, Doc, you want to talk about your show tomorrow?
Let's see. It's basically this continuation of talking about A.D. Robinson's stand. Let me see, because I know I sent you a whole topic list earlier today. My rendition of SWAC Media Day, the disrespect only having one Jackson State player on the preseason all preseason team, first or second. The level of disrespect for Jackson State in the preseason standings.
You talking about us being second place to FAMU?
Third place overall. And then a lot of then I'm gonna tell you, and then I'm gonna tell you, I've been listening to a lot of other pundits. Some of them saying we might be fourth or fifth, or third or fourth in our in the division. So I got something to say about that. How Southern gonna be number one in the West in preseason standings, and historic HBCU media deal. So
oh Lord, meteorites.
That was, and guess who gave me that story?
I don't know, but I might be. I can probably pinpoint a couple, but maybe
it's just one person. It's just one person.
Who?
It's just one person. The only one I talk about with media.
Who was it?
Mr. Pelt.
Mr. Pelt gave you the story to talk about it?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I don't think a lot of people don't know about it.
Okay. Well, if that's what Mr. Pelt, if Mr. Pelt gave you something like that, tell him to sponsor your show.
Hey, don't get me started, because I'm clear on his head. You already know how I am.
Yeah, like, okay, Mr. Pelt, you want us to talk about these meteorites. So that's what we're highlighting tomorrow.
Right.
And it looks like there's a little bit of talking in the chat, so I don't want to close down yet. Here, let me go ahead and put something up here while y'all over here chatting in the chat, and I'll go back and listen to the chat later. Here, let's look at this. Let's see.
What's good, Zoe?
Let's go ahead and play. This is for everybody who missed out on it. Let's go ahead and listen to these beautiful words displayed by our AD, Ashley Robinson, and head coach TC Taylor.
Jackson State is hot right now.
So it is.
We like it hot.
There you go. First off, this new.
Jackson State is hot right now. So
it is.
We like it hot.
There you go.
No, you good.
First off, this new.
Jackson State is hot right now. So
it is.
We like it hot.
There you go.
We like it hot. Business is booming. And with that being said, y'all, don't forget KC 1400 is in 13 minutes. It does look like there's some stuff going on in the chat. I don't know what it is. I just see it going. Yes. I think my AD is not done yet.
I don't think he is either.
I don't think he's done yet. If you would please like the stream. As always, I am planning on bringing you some more content. We do have some things that are going to be coming up soon before the football season. So, of course, your support is always welcomed. Like the stream, subscribe, and we will see y'all tomorrow night.
Let me say something. Let me say one more thing.
Okay.
If you're gonna watch the Earl Spence Crawford fight tomorrow night, y'all cheer for my boy Spence. Oak Cliff born and bred, Oak Cliff raised, Dallas, Texas made. We in this thing for tomorrow. And I got Spence knocking out Crawford in like the 7th round.
Oh, is this in Vegas?
Yep. Because if it was in Dallas, I would not did the show tomorrow night.
If it was in Dallas?
Yeah, because he fought the last two fights at AT&T Stadium.
Oh. Earl Spence for the win. We can do that poll. I could just keep it a little bit closer to when Ken's. I'm gonna drop Ken's YouTube in the chat so that we can go over there. We're gonna have a part 2 celebration, of course. But who is it? Earl Spence. Who is it?
And Terrence Crawford.
Who is going to win the fight?
Just put Spence or Crawford.
Spence or Crawford.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the underdog?
Let's say Spence is the underdog.
I will go for Spence in the 3rd round by way of knockout.
Ooh. And this is to unify I think it's to unify. I forgot what the weight class it is, but it's unify the belts for that weight class.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna. Oh, hey, Mr. Walker, how you doing, Mr. Walker? Errol Spence. Who? I don't know none of these. Spence for the win. I'm riding with Texas, baby. I'm flying out tomorrow to be in attendance. Mr. Walker, you're live. Y'all see them funny hats at it again with Byron Allen and Tyler Perry. Spence for the win. So I guess a lot of people, I put a poll in the chat. Spence right now is winning by 61%. Y'all gotta vote though. Crawford is at 39% right now, but we have over 200 folks in the chat. All you gotta do is click one, unless y'all don't actually watch boxing like that. Hey, Mr. Walker, how you doing? JSU bought in $30 million to the city during the season, up from $16 million in 2019. Crawford missed weight. Oh, Rusty. So what does he have to do? He weighed too much, or he didn't weigh enough? Give me Crawford. Okay. So if they came for the mess, you know I got it. So I have this riddle right here. This is for everybody that thought that the deal was done, which is, of course, you put the horse before the buggy. Blue says that he hasn't watched it in forever. Yeah, I don't watch boxing like that, because you pay $100 for the fight and then it's over in the first round. That's not fair. You done paid $150. I think they about $150, and they only do one. They are not going all the way through the fight.
I think they are gonna go all the way through the fight. I just picked the long shot, say he'll knock him out in the 7th round, but I think they're gonna go all 12. So I think they'll go all 12.
12 rounds?
12 rounds. 12 rounds, baby.
That means that they're gonna be cheating, because that means it's by a decision.
No. I mean, they ain't cheating shoes.
You need to watch this fight. Oh my goodness. There will be a 12-round fight. Uh-oh. Okay. All right, I'm finna close this poll out and see what we got here. It got a little bit closer. Spence is at 57 and Crawford is at 43%. I'm getting ready to end it. Let's see. Which weight class are they in? Middleweight, welterweight? What is it?
It has to be. I don't know if it's welterweight, but I know all I know is it's a unification of all the belts.
Oh, it's two black people.
Yeah.
It says that they both made. Who said that they didn't make weight? It says that they made weight, both of them. Is making weight literally if they're off by a little, they'll just drink water or take a water?
Like if they miss weight, they might have went under the weight class, the weight amount, or they might went over. And if you go over, you got to cut that weight off.
Spence weighed in at the limit of 147 pounds, and Crawford was at 146.8. Dang, they small.
Yeah, that's welterweight.
I don't even want to say what my weight is. How tall are they?
Spence like 5'9", 5'10".
Good Lord.
And I think Bud like 5'10", something like that.
Mr. Campbell said this is going to be the best fight in how many years?
Yeah, some
That's
years.
That's what I want to see. I want to see Tyson and Holyfield with an ear in the on the side and somebody having to grab an ear off the floor.
You know what? I'm done. I actually watched that fight right there.
I did too.
That fight was hilarious. Cause I ain't never seen no grown ass man just jump up and down like that, like he done, somebody done took his ball away.
Hey, Mr. Walker. I don't know why his I guess his mic's not working. Jeremiah Clark said 145 pounds. That's like two cheerleaders fighting. I was finna say, good Lord, they small. Evander's still fighting to pay for all those kids. Listen, I would hope that he retired.
Man, ain't doing that.
Okay, let me go ahead and get.
That man ain't doing nothing. He been retired.
Well, didn't they have Mike Tyson doing a fight? I remember.
It was a celebrity fight. It was an exhibition fight. It was with Roy Jones.
But why would you fight? Like, come on. For what?
But I tell you this though,
the money. It
was just for exhibition. But I'm gonna tell you this though. When I watched that fight right there, Mike Tyson, oh my God.
Don't let the weight fool y'all. Jordan said, don't let the weight fool us now.
Yeah, don't let that weight fool you because them hands, your hands still deadly though.
I'll pay $300 to watch that Tyson fight again. I was so young. I was probably about, I can't even remember. I had to have been about 10, 12, 13 years old. I don't know.
That fight was.
That fight was
in 19. I think that fight was in 1990s, either 96 or 97.
Mm-hmm.
I was either a senior in high school or a freshman in college.
Mm-hmm. And so we got some great stuff coming ahead for the football season. I want to thank Mr. Campbell, Mr. Highest of Seven Hills from the #1 HBCU public institution. Y'all will find out about what's been brewing later on. Once again, I did drop. I'm putting this up so that you guys will know. I haven't had a chance to change it, but if you would like to make a donation to support my channel, that's my information. Of course, the SWAC Media Day doesn't need to be up there because that's over with. But please feel free to make a donation directly to me via those methods. And John Jones is going to murder Francis if they ever fight. He doesn't want that smoke.
John Jones. Oh, he's talking about Francis Ngannou. Ooh, What? Come on now.
I just want to know, why do the fights get so heated when it's like when a black person is fighting somebody from another country? It gets real, like, I don't know. It gets extra.
It's because it's the build up. Like you still, in a sense, you still just like when we build up these classics and these games. That's all it is. It's the build up of that fight. You know what I'm saying? Just it's crazy. And you know who's doing this now too? And it's funny that they doing it now. It's wrestling. WWE is doing the same thing. Like when they have the premium live events, like WrestleMania or SummerSlam or stuff like that. So whoever is the main event for that event, like they'll try to build it up like boxing, like a real boxing match.
I mean, ever since everybody found out that wrestling was fake, nobody cared.
Hey, shoot, you can say wrestling is fake, but
it
them
said
bumps,
the Saudis just offered Tyson $685 million to fight one more time. What?
Oh yes, the Saudis got money.
Why would they do that?
What? Look, $500 million, close to $1 billion, man. I'll take that. I'll take that anytime. And speaking on the Saudis, they are one of my favorite players in soccer is Kylian Mbappe. He plays for PSG, and they're for 1 year, $773 million for 1 year to play in a league.
And we are done. And everybody head on over to Ken Clark and the 1400. No, KC 1400 and friends.
Yep.
I dropped it in the chat, and we're going to be listening to the Sonic Boom of the South on the way out. Doc, we will see you tomorrow. What's tomorrow night at 8 or 9?
8 o'clock tomorrow night.
9 o'clock Eastern. We will see y'all for Saturday Night Live with HBCU Overdrive.
And then after that, I am 0 Dark 30 for a week or two.
All right. To prepare for the football season?
To prepare for the football season. I might do some stuff on Twitter, a space or two on Twitter, so it won't be like I'm not doing anything. But as far as the YouTube channel, y'all just whenever we get our content back from the videographer, we're just gonna be dropping off like snippets of our interviews and everything else on the show. So that's where all the stuff is gonna come at. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you hit that donation, hit that cash app for the donation. Like I said, I appreciate everybody that helped, donate to the cause to send us to Birmingham and back. And you know what I'm saying? From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate everybody that done that has helped out and that has rocked with us from day one.
All right. Thank you. And y'all have a good night.
Mic check.